magic resist glyphs, and attack damage quintessences. For masteries, try 2190.
Hello, so welcome back. So hopefully
The audio, the lag issues are all fixed. We do know that Azubu's having a little bit of trouble. We're hoping to get around that. But let's go into the match. Let's focus on what's more important now. We have on the blue side the Taipei Assassins, and on the purple side, or red side, we have the Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Javan, Rice, Elise, Varus, Jace now banned out already. So, wow. A little bit odd bans, especially with the Varus. Not really a tier 1 ban.
Could be a misclick. Is anything else next to Virus?
Fi, that could have been it. Well, it could have been it could have been a Vayne. It could be a bunch of random champions, but we don't know. The last one, in fact, is going to be Twisted Fate. So okay.
Maybe it's a lineup issue they don't face for AD carry side, because Varus is would call it a bully, a slight bully.
Yeah, a slight bully.
Damage is quite high in early
Or they
stages.
could be coming up with a sort of well, unorthodox strategy that Varus is a bane to that strategy. So banning that out is having that. So yeah.
So we're going to see Winter be able to pick up his favorite champion, or let's say Trash. He's been playing quite a lot throughout the Garena Premier League this spring season as well. So far, if he's able to pick it up, I believe he will pick it. And it's also one of the champions that you would see everywhere. Even though he's been nerfed, he's been changed.
It's still very highly contested champion, that's for sure. Well, we do have the lock-in coming in from Trash, and looks like Kuala Lumpur Hunters want to go for the Flying Cockroach Kha'Zix. Well, pretty strong, but I don't know. I mean, Kha'Zix, don't get me wrong, Kha'Zix is a very, very excellent champion in turning around games. But at very few chances has Taipei Assassin actually allowed people to turn around games. Well, recently more often, but generally, so yeah.
So but also for the side of Azubu TPA Assassins, even been tuning into the Garena Premier League for quite some time, you would see that for the side of the jungle, there's changed a new player, Sasuke.
Yep.
He is a challenger jungler in the Taiwan servers, and Lulubot is currently being benched because his performance so far has been quite...
It's not been up to par.
Up and down.
It's not been consistent. So yeah.
So we're going to be interesting to see how it plays up, and for the information I've gathered about Sasuke, he plays carry jungles. He does not play
the
jungle.
support jungle or the tank jungle. He
Which
likes
is what Boss play.
Yeah. So I think maybe that might fit the team a little bit better, because in terms of Season 3, support jungles, well...
They're actually still very strong. But
not favorited by many teams.
It's a slow startup that needs the building. You need to make
and
sure
you get punished quite heavily as well.
You fail something. If you do something wrong, you get killed, it's GG. Especially in the early stages, you lose your bars, you're like, oh yeah, I'm
now what do I do? And sit there, yeah. Which is why Apumu isn't a very highly picked. Although his CC is phenomenal.
Yes.
Well, we do have Lee Sin as well as Azrael now locked down. Lee Sin, I love seeing Lee Sin plays. I think simply because of Insect, a lot more people have been paying more attention to Lee Sin. And interestingly, a Vayne-Nunu combination. This throws me way back to Jeon Hagane times. I mean, that was their standard combination.
Yes. I mean, if it's free and up and ready, just take it. So this is going to be interesting to watch and see what happens from here. Nunu with the slight buff and nerf overall, I have to say that, because he is buff in the jungle, but as a support with the Bloodborne,
knocked down a tier.
Yes.
But the thing is, his consume is still very, very potent, which could help him out quite a bit. So he could get into the thick of it and just right there consume, heal back, 400 life and be pretty much healthy.
Oh, in the early stages, you could take consume at level 1 and then consume the blue golem and just pick up the buff.
Consume the blue golem. That is true.
I mean, he doesn't need to get the last hit with the consume, he just needs to consume it and then he will get the buff. So he will get the extra 10% health and also become larger in size.
A little bit larger. If only I could do that.
Oh, well. Anyway, so here for the last few picks, we will see Caitlyn as well as
someone actually called it Caitlyn on the chat. Yes. Someone said they're going to be a Caitlyn mid, whether it's Caitlyn or Ezreal.
But with the pickup of the champions, I would have to say it will be Ezreal mid, because Caitlyn will fare much better against the Nunu and Vayne combination. Yep. Ezreal used to be able to do that, but because of how they have nerfed his Essence Flux, it does not debuff anymore.
The debuff is very, very potently, damaged and knocked down several tiers actually to the bottom. But we are going to see the last pick come in here. So we have Kha'Zix really strong. Looks like Kha'Zix will be up top. We have Xin Chao as well that will be going into jungle. We have Nunu Vayne combination, possibly going to go into the bottom. And then we have the last pick. So we have a couple of seconds remaining. A Rumble? I
After the
don't know about
rework
this.
on Rumble, we haven't been seeing that many players pick him up, but he's still very strong of the over ultimate.
In fact, it is going to be Rumble.
Yes,
So there we
but
go.
Cannon has been the more favorite pick overall, and we actually might see a swap in roles. I just realized because for the start of GPL, we try to make sure that the top lane is the first pick, jungle is the second. Well, AD carry will be the fourth pick, and mid will be in the middle, of course, the third pick, and support as the fifth pick. And we see Stanley actually pick up Caitlyn and BB with Cannon. So we might actually see Caitlyn ADC bottom, Toys with Ezreal in mid, which is as I mentioned, but it'll be actually BB playing top.
So it is going to be pretty interesting. We have what would traditionally people call it a double AP composition coming out here because we have Ezreal that goes AP and Cannon as well. And on this side,
It's going to be an AD, triple AD composition.
triple AD composition.
It's going to be a double AD comp most probably because Ezreal works so much better with the blue Ezreal build, especially in mid. Because you help the team kite out so much better, and with the addition for the Icebomb Contour, the slow coming up, Cannon will be the lightning dash in much better with the slicing Maelstrom, be able to stun everyone, and Stanley will just shoot from afar.
There we have it. So Stanley on Caitlyn, we did see him use
Caitlyn up top before
Caitlyn
once.
up top. Did he use Quinn as well in a different game?
I don't think
Was it him? No, it was not him. It was Xiao Xiaofeng that used it during Challenge the Hunters. But we have seen Stanley use Caitlyn to very great effect. In fact, it was a double AD composition that won them that game. I think at the 16-minute mark, was it? It was
against
really,
the Mela
really early. So,
But in my opinion, I'll have to say Stanley is a very mechanically strong
proficient
player.
player. That's
Like,
the word
he
for him.
rarely makes mistakes, so to speak. Just as sometimes it's all about the mind games, especially in top lanes. Like
Of
try
course.
charging, so I charge not. Like recharging the bad timing is gonna spell doom towards you. So now as the AD though, he's just gonna safely farm and outpoke the opponents with Caitlyn. It's gonna be very interesting to see how well this plays off. I believe it's gonna be an AP cannon because it's what cannon goes for right now. The burst is there, better damage. better sustain
We
for-
talked about starting with Doran's Blade, and then you
Oh,
mentioned about
that's-
Cannon, so there we go. Looks like his starting item most likely will be a Doran's Blade, just
Or
to
is it going
help
to be
him out.
3 Dawn's Blade? We're going to see Caitlyn,
Oh.
Ezreal, and Cannon pick up the Dawn's Blade.
That could be it as well.
Yeah, so before all of that, enough
the
of our
commercial
ranting. We're going to go through a short commercial break to bring you the runes and masteries, so do stay tuned.
Alright, let's go.
Go where? I can't see.
Hello and welcome back. We are looking at Azubu TPA Assassin Stanley's rune page at the moment. And there we have it. 8.5 physical damage, 13 armor, 6% lifesteal bonus. Well, normally AD carries tend to take 4% and opt for a little bit more damage, but he's opting to go all the way to 6% with his 3 quintessences. And then we have magic resist per level 18. So that's pretty much standard. In terms of masteries, we have 21-5-4. This time around, he will be taking attack speed, pretty much moving down all the way, as well as getting lethality and havoc to, boost all the way through his critical strikes. On top of it, he is also gonna get extra mana regeneration and the ability to recall 1 second faster.
And this is actually what I would play. I would like to say yes. No, I'm just joking. And for my own sound, the AD carries, this is actually a standard build for me in terms of if I'm going to play a spamming AD, so to speak. Like you want to spam spells and things like that. So you cover that up by picking up the 3 points into meditation, as well as just slightly tanky, you just take durability instead of the armor. So extra health, extra mana regen, and the 1 second to recall is I would say it's the best thing ever.
I mean,
to have.
okay, my concern about looking at that rune page is on two things. One is that he did take up lethality and hairwalk, which relies quite a bit on critical strikes. But in his runes, he did not have that, one extra
1%.
rune for that, one lucky shot. Which leads to me that he most likely will be going for either a Brawler's Glove really early on, and possibly into a Zeal or something of that sort. So
Now, I believe it's just more standard of how Stanley plays. Maybe he does not believe in the 1% chance.
he wants like 10% out there, so he's going to get.
Yes. So and also he's just gonna go for the pure damage early and then get the Infinity Edge, which will give you the critical strike no matter what. And he's gonna rely on that even more because we can see he's gonna play a more sustained lane. Like when you pick up the 6% runes in terms of for the Quintessence, you want to make sure that you just trade hits, sustain back, farm up, push the lane. Especially with the 3 points to the meditation, he has the additional mana regeneration. We might see him just use Peel over Peacemaker like a boss, just clearing off the minion waves, forcing Vayne and Nuno to farm under the tower. They do try to charge up onto him, they'll eat the trash hook, the flail, and then land into the trap and just take tons of damage and then be crushed and squished.
Okay, the thing is here, we still are going on the assumption that Stanley is going to go to the bottom
He is.
and not going to go to the top. We are going to see that pretty much everybody from the Azubu TPA Assassins on the blue side looks like they are going to group together as a team. So no quite clear indication as to what's going to happen and who's going to which lane just of yet.
Based on pings, I would say they are going to travel up top. They're going to go for the raid invade once again.
Which I think they very well should. They have Lee Sin, they have Caitlyn, they have Trash at the same time of it. So
Most importantly, once the death sentence lands, the Sonic Wave
looks like Rumble will spot him out. He does get hit by a Mystic Shot and still up there playing with his Electro Harpoon. Backing away from this, they do know that the invade is going to happen. But then again, he did not see how many of them. All he knows that is there is a Shuriken, which means that Cannon is there, and Ezreal was there from the Mystic Shot.
Yes. So he will see Kha'Zix might be going. He will spot out toys, I believe.
He looks like he will spot out pretty much all of them, 3 of them there. And we saw a very quick teleport back from Xiao Xiafeng and Walan. So I'm not quite sure what that's about.
I think they saw Rumble show face. They're gonna go. So it was just it was a mind trick kind of game, where Rumble showed face, so to speak, because there was an invade coming up. I believe maybe KLH spotted that.
And I mean, look at this. I mean, true, I agree with the show face, and you can change it out. But in the top lane, there were 2 wards very quickly on place,
Yes.
and as well in the bottom lane, in fact, there are 3 wards there.
And they're almost planted at the exact same points for the side of both teams.
Exactly. Within the golem spawn and within the tribush, just that on the side of Kuala Lumpur Hunters, they in fact did ward up the red area, so possibly going to go in for an invade there, or just to know the timing.
Yes, I believe they just want to spot out where Sasuke is, because Lee Sin, he'll most probably play the rebuff first, but will he go for an early gang, let's travel down bot and just secure an easy kill together
Especially
with
since
Trash.
Rumble is going to be alone in that lane. They need a little bit of extra vision. Xiao Xiafeng now making himself reveal, going to go and have a pot shot onto Bebe, just as he was happy to farm up a couple of CS. He's going to get that back. Return to him. Rumble should have a better time than that. But look at this Bebe now already being pushed out of lane just by Vayne. And
It is the $3 blade start.
it is the $3 blade start.
So-
Right there we have that.
Yeah, well,
Electro Harpoon also reducing Dinter, and people are asking, is Stanley the new ADC? I don't think so, but
Well, I'm not sure, but I suppose they just want to try and test some things out. Like for the side of Azubu TPA, they're not afraid to test a lot of things, like some changes, whether it's benefit the team, and especially do it in GPL matches. Like even against the Singapore Sentinels, the game they lost when they picked up Nunu top, they were just trying to do something else and trying to see whether it works so well for them. But in the end, it didn't work off so well. They gave the win against Singapore Sentinels, but still, Azubu TPA Assassins is a very strong team, and they will try, of course, to maintain their lead they have right now. They're at the 3rd placing, but of course, they want to go back to the 1st place as soon as possible when they can.
well, I think there should not be much of an issue with them. What's going well for them is that they're constantly, evolving as a team, which I think is, working well for a lot of different teams around the world. And Azubu TPA did not really, practice that, that much. Or rather, whenever they have evolved into their gameplay-wise, they don't really benefit them all that much. So they are taking it to role swapping this time around, hoping that'll be better than just, champion swapping.
Yes. But based on what we will see though, the alternate side, it's so easy to push lane with Caitlyn, and here we will see Red trying to relieve the pressure just like how Sasuke went up top. And if you guys follow any of TPA fan page, if you understand Mandarin, so to speak, or Chinese, so we will see that Stanley actually did apologize for poor performance during the All-Star game, saying that how, for the side of TPA, there have been a slow start for the beginning of Season 3 overall. They're still trying to find their feet, like what strategy would suit them best in this season. They're still testing a lot of things out, still trial and error. Overall, you can see from the side of the personal skills, they're still maintaining it very strong. When it comes to the strategy making, the bans and picks, and what they decide to do, sometimes you see it's quite iffy, like how they want something to happen.
Yep. That is true, and I completely agree with that. What is great about this game so far, what's happening is that the lane swap isn't completely damaging onto either end. The jungler played quite a bit of time up top to help out, Cannon, as well as we did see Red Hot Rays come to the bottom to assist out Rumble. So it's pretty much even, but what's going better for Taipei Assassins is that they already have tripped down the bottom turret to half health.
Yes, and not only that, in terms of overall CS, we will see a great lead in the mid lane.
And Starsky is here as well.
Yes, Sasuke is there as well. So here we will see the bottom
Looks like there will be a dive onto this.
Will
Will the Death Sentence happen? The Death Sentence has not fully gone onto this.
Don't even need it.
Okay.
It's just Dinter actually launched the first hit to tank turrets, and then Lantern was there just to pull Dinter away if he needed to, and just an easy pick out. There's nothing Rumble could do. He just slow them, blow fire, but if it's ultimate yet, he can't equalize that fight or 1v3, which is normally you see what Rumble they do very great.
With Rumble
game.
does so well. He was not able to do that, and just like that, Kuala Lumpur Hunters who initiated the lane swap will actually had the bad side of it.
But still, they're going to allow Wayne to have the ability to free farm quite a bit. And I'm going to say though, this is going to be Stanley's favorite build for Caitlyn because it's the second time I've seen him play Caitlyn. I mean, he instantly goes back to base and then he just picks up the Berserker Greaves as well as another Dawn's Blade. So he wants to just get the attack speed for Caitlyn, and then with a greater sustain, he has a 6% plus the other 10 HP per hit.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to trade hits so well and sustain the lane so great. Here we will see BB actually going for the charge because Sasuke is coming in. They don't land the stun. Sasuke is actually going to flash for this, but he landed.
Oh, nice dodge there by Walan.
Yes, he misses the Sonic Wave, but here we will see the lane swap happening. Rumble slowly pushing the lane, but it's going to be a 4-man up top pushing. Or is Cannon going to transfer the mid?
Oh, there we go. Toy's actually going to get knocked up in the air. I thought he would have escaped that finally in the end. I was waiting for the third hit to hit. But Golan was not able to actually react in time because he had just used Taste Their Fear, so the damage negation was, the damage potential wasn't all that high. And just like this, look how quickly they are going to be on the top tower as well. Stanley consciously poking out the tower, and just like that, at one time where Wade goes back, the tower goes down. Kuala Lumpur Hunters responding very quickly with a dragon here. They need to solidify the goal difference, and they are going to do that. But to what extent? They are down already 2 towers, and that is significant considering the fact that this is only 7 minutes.
And I'm going to give a slight spoiler. For the next game though, for BKT and SF5, we might see this slightly same strategy happen as well. Because I've been talking to the manager, but we move on to the game when it happens then. So for the side of here though, we will see though TPA just applying a lot of pressure, using the advantage they have in the early game, especially Caitlyn is great sieger. And I'll have Azure as well with great sieging potential because of the poke. And here very quickly we'll see the disengage coming up. We will see all
Equalizer does get expanded here, but unfortunately not able to carry out much. Starkey is here in the mix as well. And Sasha Fong is still going on to stand. It looks like he will be nope, in fact completely runs away. Ghost is still on Condemn, has not been used.
And here at the same time though, we will see Xin Zhao being chased away by both Azure and Sasuke. And here we will see them converge on this point of the tri-brush, but nope, the wall has been planted by Xin Zhao. They're just gonna fall back. And at the same time, we will see the push coming from BB. It's like, yeah, ignore the
Sure, have fun out there, I'll happily push.
Yes.
What a turnaround. Like, I don't quite get what exactly was happening because on both ends of things, they decided to go on to it. The Kuala Lumpur Hunters wanted to push their advantage, and then all of a sudden saying to back away.
You because we see Vayne expand the ghost, but couldn't do enough damage or anything towards Stanley. At the same time, because of the great ward coverage coming out, after breaking it out, you can see, look at that, there's actually 4 wards here, and a ping ward and another ward being planted in the tribals.
But that was just right at the end.
Just right at the end. And on the side of KLH Hunters, they have it warded slightly just to protect the lanes, but on the side of TPA, they have everything covered.
Oh,
and
now
look
we
at
have the
that.
ultimate actually now being used, and the barrier as well. Look at the amount of damage. Stanley just will walk away from this, does flash in the end.
And yes, he will escape. Stanley is like, yeah, I can count this, no problem. Just barrier, take the proc. I'll be fine. Take a few more hits, and lately only just
And
flash.
just at
away.
the end of it, just flash just to be a little bit safe. So yeah.
Yes. So here we will see though the overall pressure coming up. Almost 40 CS difference, baby, against Rumble.
I mean,
So
that's
that's
massive, as
that's
well as the level advantage.
Yes, so look, only Vayne, XFF, he has been farming CS very well because of the lane swaps. He's just farming slowly, picking up all the things. But for the start of Stanley though, he is just picking up towers and objectives for the team.
The ultimate question here is that you have a Vayne, she shines in the late game. Can Kuala Lumpur Hunters sustain all the way to the late game, hold down the fort so that Vayne can have a time to shine? Or
Yes.
will it all be in complete Vayne? Oh wow, I used a pun.
What a bad pun. Anyway, just joke. So here we will see though the pick up items coming back up. As you mentioned, well, Stanley is actually going to go for an early zeal. We might see
Aha.
a static shift come out from this. So they're just going to go for the hard push, engage overall. And for the side of toys, he picks up the Mana Moon instantly, and we might even see him pick up Last Whispers. It has been a favorite build so far in the side of Taiwan scene for League
Yes.
of Legends, where the AD carry, they play Caitlyn, they play Ashe, and they play Ezreal, and the first 2 items they buy is actually Tear of Goddess, and then bring the Mana Mune, then Last Whispers instantly the next item being picked up. Because they just want to have the pressure, the pushing, the ability to just apply pressure at the tower and siege
Because
it down
they
so
don't want extended engages. They just want to go in, deal the damage, force the opponent to go away. And just like this, Littlewat's actually going to flash away out of Slicing Maelstrom. Looks like he might be able to go in though, but nope, he is on overheat. Sinchao is coming into the fray as well at the bottom lane. The flash does get expanded. Will he go in for the additional strike? He additional strike to the minions. Will he be able to survive this in the end? He will go down to the tower as well. So just like
perfect
that,
ultimate.
traded very nicely. A very, very good job there by Toys.
Yes, and I was wondering why Bebe did not choose to flash in on to Tinto once, even the flash, the way his flash was still up. I was like deciding, should I go all in, should I fall back? And in the end, he just decided, okay, I should just fall back to be safe. And it was a great choice because Sinsa was actually coming in to gank, help Rumble with a gank, and then to secure the kill. And in the end, he came up with one-on-one trade at the tower with the help of Toys.
Well, the 1-for-1, well, it was good, but it doesn't help out the fact that now Toys is actually getting kills as well. And, I mean, you never want to have your solo lanes get killed.
Oh, Rumble slightly equalized in terms of the difference, you know, the 1 kill is 15 to 20 CS, so he is 35 CS behind from Cannon, so that kill...
Still a lot.
It's still a lot, but I mean 1 kill will become like 10 to 15 CS, it does help out a bit, and it should be enough, and here we'll see BB, he will pick up the Elixir for the field, and we will see the lanes have changed once again. We will see the sieging going to transition to the mid lane finally. I was wondering when they're going to swap the lanes, and then we're going to see Stanley together with Dinza move on to the mid lane.
Yep, Elixir Fortitude was picked up some time ago. Still going to go on to Stanley here. The third hit does not proc, so the knockup did not happen. We are seeing here Wallet and Starsky battling out in the jungle. We have Absolute Zero actually being used. Starsky going to dash ward away from this. Bebe now as well coming in. We have 4 members shoving in onto it, and Kuala Lumpur Hunters are hightailing it out of there. They do not want to get anywhere close. Wallace does get caught out there. We are going to see that they are able to escape. Bebe actually going to get hit by the triple proc. Toy is now going on to Chelsea Fong, does miss the resonating strike away. Is going to continue to lifesteal away from the golems. And as well as Stanley going to have these little bit shots onto it. We are going to see at the bottom lane, very quickly, Equalizer being used. They want to get this tower, they want to get it as fast as possible to help equalize the goal and tower difference.
Yes. And not only, that was actually quite a funny fight. And if you look, take a look at Sasuke's item, he's going for more, I would say currently traditional jungle build for all junglers. If you are a carry jungler, you build Spirit of the Elder Lizard for the additional damage and the cooldown reduction instead of going for Majora's Razor. but he has been forced to buy out wards as well to safeguard all over the place in order
He
to
does
secure
not
the
have a
big
side
stacks
stone
and
or a
weapons.
ruby side stone, which is a little bit, disheartening, especially when you're Lee Sin. But the second dragon now does go to the Taipei Assassins, which is a really good thing for them.
And here we will see the pings coming off. They know that the Hot Race is actually going to try to secure the blue buff because of the ward they had. And look at that. The smite goes up. Oh! Sonic Wave kills the small golem. But here we see BB go to up.
Does get stunned out. Oh, the ultimate does hit him as
and
well.
this is going to be an easy pickup.
Well, at least the blue buff went to Starsky and not Bebe.
It's okay, this is what Sasuke wants. See, he has 30% cooldown reduction now, and he has extra energy regeneration, so he does not need to land those auto attacks after casting a skill.
Immediately go for skill after skill. Well,
Yes.
that could be it. And I mean, so far, what's the saving grace of Kuala Lumpur Hunters is that their mid turret has not gone down. So
Yes.
they have that to hold on to, which they're holding on pretty tight.
So here we will see Sasuke dancing up top, pushing up the top lane after securing the kill onto Xin Zhao. He's now transitioning into the mid side. He might be trying to catch balance, and yes, he does. And look at the amount of damage he's dealing with the Spirit of the Lizard Elder Head. But he will be forced, or he might actually go in. Nope, he will be forced to go back. I thought he was going for the Dragon Kick and try to secure a kill, but I suppose the safe choice.
A little bit too ballsy there, going in for the Dragon Kick.
Hey, you never know. I think he might try to make a run from 4 champions, safeguarding all over the place. Hey.
Oh well, that is possible. If he had a Ruby Side Stone, maybe that would most likely be
Yes.
it. But for the fact that he does not have any single ward with him, highly doubt that's going to happen. Now, point of contention, mid turret here. They could take it down. They do have Ezreal and Caitlyn, but we are going to see Red Hot Race dashing in onto this super ballsy. He will get the ultimate prize onto this. Now we're asking Golan's actually brought down toys, still going to go onto Jinta. Xiaoxiao trying to do his very best, but no, it will not be enough. Skarsky as well, now going to go to Red Horus. Absolute Zero does bring him down. Now Stanley's brought finally up there. Golan's actually picks up the kill. Triple kill coming out, and Vayne picking up the kill as well.
That was actually a very messy team fight for the
4
side.
for 1.
Yes, 4 for 1. And that was actually a messy team fight coming out for the side.
I mean, we have all seen just messy team fights all around. What
Yes.
in the world is going on?
I mean, for the side of Azubu TPA, we normally don't see
Such messiness.
messiness. You know, we see more clean and neat as they're going for it. But overall,
This time, I would say because they got caught out,
Yes.
they decided to go in for Lee Sin. Lee Sin did escape, and all of a sudden there was Vayne there. Golden actually did an amazing job of hunting down and bringing down toys because he was low. So the leap taste their fear did his job really well there, and the resets really paid off for him.
there's no reset yet. He was level 10. Okay. Yeah, he was level 10. He dived in. The Ignite picked up the kill onto Ezreal, and then he just slowly chopped off onto a Dinter. But that was just enough. Kha'Zix, at the stage of that where everyone was just camping, they were all walking towards him. You could see
That
they
was
picked up
true.
the kill on Ezreal, then Dinter tried to slow him down the exhaust.
And Kaylin was
but-
like, I'm running away. Oh wait, that's Kha'Zix here.
and then
Oh well.
instantly just
Yep,
voice
Void
spikes
Spike picked it up.
picked him. But here we will see once again TP gonna do the same thing, but they do have Baby with them right now with the outsizing Nostrum. It's gonna work out so much better. But here we will see they're actually gonna fall back because they know
Got
they're
the
roughly
toys out here. Nice slicing Milstrom. Will be able to stop it out. Golan's down. Does get started up. David's going to go down as well. Now we're going to see reset after reset. Golan's actually jumping away, but no, he didn't pick out a tower angle. He does save this. That is a clean ace. 5 for nothing.
Yes.
What in the world is happening here?
I mean, the back off for the side of Azubu TPA was great, I would have to say. They knew the equalizer was coming and things like that. But once again, Toys was brought down too low, too quickly, and Golden's went in for the free reset this time. And he got the leads and he was just jumping around. Especially since they're playing 3 squishy champions, so to speak. They have Caitlyn, Ezreal, as well as Cannon. They need to be very careful how they position themselves because they're going to be so easily burst down by Kha'Zix.
Star Force 314 is asking on Twitch, is this the patch 3.8? No, this is 3.7. 3.8 will be coming out most likely next week or so. So, wow, what a turnaround there.
Yes, and item pickup for Stanley is going to be setting shift right there. So this is good. This is very interesting game so far. Even though we will see the 6 kills secured as well as the 3 towers finally being secured for the Star Combo Hunters, the goal difference is really not that great. And the next dragon will be coming up quite soon in the next 1.5 minutes, and that will be when the next big engage happened. Especially since when Toys was chunked down before his ultimate came out.
I mean,
His trick-shot
Vayne
run.
had, 3 perfect hits onto him, and then after that, when he did decide to move away, Golan's leaped in immediately to voice spikes and taste their fear to bring him down. Very nice job there. I thought he would actually, Golans would actually go down finally and end to the turret hit. But he survived,
He survived
just
with
by
like
a
10 HP.
sliver of health, which was a really good thing. Morale must be high on Kuala Lumpur Hunters. However, we do know that Taipei Assassins can rally themselves together and do
Very
an
easy.
extremely well job.
We will see though, Bebe will pick up his Zonia's Hourglass very soon. So it's going to work out much better for them. And Sasuke is actually going to pick up Blizzard Elder and the Side Stone as well. So
Yep.
he's using
He
quite
needs
a
a
bit
side.
I mean,
It's like
it's
an
staple.
almost staple
for Lee Sin
for
right now.
Lee Sin, exactly. Just like that, they are going to deward it away. Vayne is still way up top, so it looks like they don't want to even bother contesting Dragon at all.
I have to see the look at the amount of wards for the Dragon area coming from the side of Azubu TPA. They want to make sure they can spot out everyone from the side of Kuala Lumpur Hunters because their ultimates, chain ultimates.
Now we are
matter so
dated once, and Baby going to go on. His Slicing Maelstrom is expanded here very quickly. Nice equalizer, in fact, landing on everybody else. But there we have Taipei Assassins.
the
Toys.
assassin toys just pick up the
Picking it
kills
up.
all over the map, helping his team secure kills with assists and things like that, and doing so.
Caitlyn is the only sniper out there. Wow,
Yes.
that was very nicely planned. If the ultimate did not actually come up from Toys, possibly Rumble could have won that fight, but it would have been a very, very close one.
But here we will see the pickup of the Dragon for the side of Kuala Lumpur Hunters, but will they be able to take it? We will see.
Well, it is
those
4 for 4. We do have Cannon, who is still pretty much far behind at the moment. They can smite, consume the Dragon. To do so, in fact, they are able to smite it away. Will they continue going on to this? Stanley as well. The Ice Ball does get expanded. Xiao Xiaofeng is super ballsy. With Ghost on top of his ultimate. Oh, he does get caught by Death in the end. Roland is still going in, dominating. Will leap away from this. Nice Absolute Zero will bring most of them down. However, it won't be enough. Just like that, a 2-for-2 trade, they still could make something happen here. Tatum once is still alive. Nice leap away, making sure the Resonating Strike does not hit and the combination does not come out.
And Stanley being a bit too ballsy, I would say, just going very bravely, charging the 9 caliber there into Kazik's space, and Kazik just turned back, hey boy Spikes, this is your fear. Free kill.
Well, I don't think so he expected that to happen.
Yeah, I expected the burst.
Cool down just for a little bit more. But nope, it did happen that way. And just like that, a 2-for-2. Kuala Lumpur Hunters still having the 4-kill goal lead and a 3k goal lead. To add on to that, they're doing a good job so far. Whenever they are entering these engages, they are either winning or drawing even.
But once it transitions to the late game though, I believe it's going to be harder for some Kuala Lumpur Hunters to win. Because the overall Slicing Maelstrom plus the Icebound counter, there will be pick up from Toys very soon. It's going to stop the charges and the burst damage from Kazakhs. We did see Toys die most of the time in the early of the team fight, unable to use the True Shot Barrage. Once again in that fight, main charge in, use Braille the Rune King, chunk him off the Tumble, auto attack, and Kazakhs once again jumped over everyone. Boy, hey,
Hi,
Hey.
Ezreal. Hi, Toys.
yes, burst out, okay, next target, and jumps off. So Toys knows that he's being targeted very heavily by Goldens because he is doing the chunk of the damage from the team. You can see
I
these
mean, he
pokes
also has
coming
the
up
highest CS there, so taking out one of the highest damage dealers is, pretty much what Kazik wants to do. He is an assassin and he wants to go in and do so really well. Vayne is still happily farming away. 187 CS at the moment. Nice pick up there on a Giant's Belt, keeping her alive. And I think that it's quite insane by using the final hour, the ultimate by Vayne, on top of Ghost. Just means that she can catch up to anybody no matter how quick you are, even though if you are Ezreal.
Yes, but she does not have any defensive spells. That is the main problem with
Yes.
this build of Vayne. He will be able to be caught off guard. Sorry, if
gonna
she's
be
caught
a
off
little
guard,
bit-
yes, it's going to
Yeah.
be very dangerous. And here we will see the Orcus being picked up by Warlands. The Wall is going
Oh.
on for the Baron.
But do spot Toys out. Looks like they will want to go onto him. Now the ward does get expanded on the other side there. Vayne is still happily pushing. They will back away, but the area is watered up. So Kuala Lumpur Hunters are going to be very happy to stay around in the jungle area there. And just like that, oops, taking a little bit of pot shots from the tower. It's okay, but that's a very quick tower going down. Very quick, in fact.
Because Kazakh's with the 7 kills and 2 assists, he has a Bloodthirsters, Spear of the Lizard, Elder Lizard,
The
as well as
Brutalizer
Brutalizer.
as well.
Yes.
On top of it, he has not gotten Ionian Boots just yet, so his cooldowns aren't the fastest as it normally could be. But it's doing really, really well. To add it to the fact that Rumble was not there, and it still went well for them. So all the Taipei Assassins need to do now is hunker down and actually execute a team fight where they are either able to dive onto Kuala Lumpur Hunters or allow Kuala Lumpur Hunters to dive onto them.
So we will see the item pick up for the side of Cannon is about the same as later ones, but he's been spending a lot of money on picking up the elixirs. He took a Fortitude later and now it's taking Brilliance for the additional cooldown reduction, but I believe it's for the AP burst coming up. When he goes in, he wants to make sure he secures the kill onto Vayne or maybe even onto Rumble if possible, because he wants to just chunk them down very easily and quickly.
But other than that, in fact, now he does have a Zonius as well, so he's going to be a little bit safer, which means that he can dive in, he can lightning rush in and immediately Zonius while Slicing Maelstrom is on to negate, all that area where Kuala Lumpur Hunters could possibly advance onto. That's going to work out for him. However, will that happen or not? We don't know, because based on whatever he's saying, actually taking up a hit right there. We have Kha'Zix, abilities to push really well, and in the bottom lane, what's going well for Taipei Assassins is that it is being pushed there as well. Ezreal doing a good job chunking down the wave of minions as they do come out so that they can hold on to this as long as possible.
And also go back to heal and come back once again.
So in the war of attrition, it looks like Taipei Assassins is doing better here.
For the wave clear, they have the True Shot Barrage as well as the Pilled Over Peacemaker very quickly be able to chunk down the minion waves as well as the poke coming from Baby. So here we will see the trades going off on the side of the map. Little One's really brought down to 50% of his health, taking another hit there, going down almost to quarter. This does not seem so bad. Here we see Sasuke going to charge in. Nope, he will fall back because they don't have enough vision. He wants to make sure it doesn't get too far for his team, especially
and
if
Toys
he's
is not there
isolated.
as well.
Yes.
And that's the other thing. Because Toys is not at Tainted once, he's actually brought quite low. He's not even at half health just yet. They want to catch somebody out. But guess what? They don't exactly have anybody that can catch anybody out for the side of Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
But they need to dive in to secure things.
Exactly. They don't have a super initiator. Well, Xin Chao is
You could say
okay.
either Sinta or Rumble with the ultimates. I mean, ultimate from Rumble with the Equalizer is a great initiate, but the problem lies in how far you want to initiate. And whether you can catch everyone. Especially when pushing the lanes, everyone's starting separately. Not good. If you don't catch the main carries, it's going to spell doom for your team. Since if they charge in, there's a Slicing Maelstrom waiting for them coming up south of Bebe on Cannon.
Yep. The Cannon Slicing Maelstrom is definitely going to be a big factor. Rumble has picked up his Zhonya's Hourglass as well. Locket of the Iron Solari picked out on Xin Chao, so another defensive item coming out there, which is a good thing. We do not see a Locket of the Iron Solari, neither do we see Australia's bot onto the Azubu Taipei Assassins. So it looks as if the Kuala Lumpur Hunters are pretty much in the driver's seat at this point in time. It's a matter of actually do they want to engage on this. But with that, the dragon does get taken. Taipei Assassins is going to be a little bit, breathing a little bit easier.
So here on the side of Stanley's build, he's playing more of like a farm transitioning into a damage build, and especially since Static Shift does magic damage, and we will see there's a great mix of magic and physical damage coming out from the side of Azubu Taipei Assassins actually. Overall, Cannon is with the AP. Ezreal, you would say he's a hybrid because how his skill does magic as well as physical damage. And Caitlyn with the Static Shift will be able to chunk down the entire team in terms of the lightning, passing on to others. It actually slowly powers up, especially if they're going to go for a siege or opponents are pushing. Just a few shots of the lightnings is just 100 damage each time from far away.
That's pretty much what was happening, and we did see that in terms of when they do go for the sieges, they are able to hold it up quite well.
Yes.
On the same side, we do have Vayne as well, who has completed her static shift, which means that she can reply. But the extra range coming up from Caitlyn should be a little bit better this time around. In addition to that, we also do see that Toys has picked up his Iceborne Gauntlet, which means that sieging now, or rather, surviving a siege is that much easier for them.
Yes, he has also finished his Muramana actually.
Yep.
So this is going to be great in terms of the overall damage output coming up. And here we will see the Golden's picking up his favorite boost of mobility, because as Kha'Zix, you really just want to be all over the place, jumping on the people, especially if you're on the other side of the map. Even if teamfight initiates, as long as everyone's low, if you can get in, it's like all the free kills for you.
They are waiting for this. The ward does actually get spotted up, but no, they aren't actually going to jump completely onto this. Toys does get revealed out there, but look at that. One is actually taking a lot of damage, lots of chunks of health disappearing, and Taipei Assassins now actually having the advantage on engaging here. Vayne actually spotted up in the top lane farming, and then we do see this split going here already.
Yes, with the great poke coming out for Sao, Azubu Taipei Assassins, it just keeps forcing Kuala Lumpur Hunters to fall back. because they want to make sure they are able to ensure a 5v5 that is in their favor, or try to catch one person off guard first. Like, Toys would be the prime example.
Death sentence.
Oh, the flash death sentence.
Through and
Well.
I just knew it.
This is going to be great. Golden is going to be chunked down so easy. The exhaust goes out to him, and there goes the shutdown. Sasuke will be brought down, but Titaman's being brought very low. The flash comes off for Ezreal. Sleepy is safe. They will pick up another kill. So 2 for 2 trade so far, but not in the favor of Azubu TPA Assassins yet. And yes, they will pick up the third kill. And with the... Oh, never mind, wasn't enough. Damn it.
Just was not enough. Vayne was completely out of position. They went onto it really well, and it worked out, amazing for them. I don't think so they should have gone onto that though. I mean, I pretty much called it. I knew it was like, it's going to come, it's going to happen. Trash was waiting for it, and true enough, went in hooked. And that was pretty much it. If Golden was not hooked, if it was somebody else that managed to get hooked, for instance, Red Hot Rays or even Wildlands, there would have been another ace.
Yes.
Simply because with the main damage dealer, Golden here being taken out so very quickly, and the resets being unable to be carried out, the huge damage potential was just removed away from it. And if the damage factor was there, Taipei Assassins would not have stood a chance. So great job for them for picking up that kill. Very nice job on Dinter for picking it up, and everybody else for following up the kill onto Goldens, which helped them now narrow down the goal gap all the way to just about 2,000.
I just love Stanley's score on the AD carry. Reminds me of me. Unable to let last season to FPS, because we will see though for the start of Stanley, his score is 0.38. It's not a bad score on the AD carry, but it's not a good score as well. Of course, he was unable to.
You're not a carry here. Okay, let's put it. Let's make it really honest. You're not a carry here. You're an AD support.
AD support.
You're
just
an
help
ADS.
chunk down people as your other team picks up all the kills out there ready for you.
It's kind of pointless if he starts picking up kills now, because there's somebody else that's better. Equalizer does get expanded very quickly. Golden's gonna go on to Toys in the end. He does camouflage himself away. Will he go in for the final leap? Oh my god, we're just waiting for a couple of seconds out there. No, in fact, that does not happen. Xiao Xiaofeng now going to go on to Sasuke. He already did save that. It does leap completely away. They are going to be able to bring him down. And just like that, Golden is forced to back away. They tried to go in onto Toys, but it just was not enough. With this, they are going to go in for Baron. Very good job there. And we still do have the True Shot Barrage. True Shot Barrage is going to launch off. It will not be in time a little bit.
If he hit onto Wildlands though, we're secured a kill. And here we will see the post coming out from Azubu TPA, but will it be enough? Will it charge right in?
No, they will not go out there. It will be a 5-man who have gotten Baron. So each one of them has gotten it. And just like that, that was actually very well, nicely planned. I mean, we did have Goldens chasing them completely away, and they had to go back to base. At the same time there, because they had spotted out Sasuke, they knew that they could make that Baron call. The jungler was not there to smite it away, as well as majority of the team was actually way back near their base. Very nicely.
Actually, we will see with the Baron pickup as well as an additional tower on the lead. We will see the 4k goal lead on the side of the Quampo Hunters. And I should say the Quampo Hunters are doing a good job, especially since the choice of champions, as we mentioned for the start of Azubu TPA, is very squishy, and well, Kha'Zix just loves squishies. Sadly, I would have to say. He will have the additional taste of fear where he is able to isolate a single champion. You can see the amount of bursts
especially like Ezreal, what we did see that happen there. It was really well planned. Now, I don't know if you noticed this or not, Teddy, but guess what boot Vayne has? Vayne actually has distortion. Distortion reduces spell cooldowns by 25% for teleport, flash, and ghost. And this is maximizing the ghost actually on Vayne, which is really uncommon. Really rare, in fact.
I believe he just wants to be ready for each ever fight. While Sasuke going very badly, just diving in and just jumping out.
But Toy is happily poking them away, chunking them. That was very nice. Wow.
So here
I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for Vayne to push up to enter another team fight again. Toys is doing a good job of poking them away, keeping them at bay, not allowing them to properly see. But Vayne is at the top, and immediately Taipei Assassin is going to respond to this. They cannot let additional towers to fall. And it's for free, and just like that, that was for free as well, so that's not good. Golens did pick up the Guardian's Angel on Kha'Zix, which means that he can be just a little bit more ballsy because he can recover from it. Death Sentence does hold on to Wallace. Looks like Wallace is going to go down. He did use Absolute Zero, but it was not enough. Two-shot barrage does go on to Wallace, but on the other hand, look at that. It was still pretty much safe on every end, just playing across the wall. I will Death Sentence you and fly across the wall. So will Lee Sin. Lee Sin was safeguard back again. And that was insane fight over the wall. But there we go. Toys almost going to be brought down there very low. Wallace, in fact, it's not. Wallace not going to pick it up. The shutout does happen now. Xiao Xiaofeng in a little bit of trouble, but no slicing missile does come out of it. Now we are going to see the equalizer being used. Xiao Xiaofeng now will be able to bring it down. Shutdown does happen, and Jinta himself will go down to this. Nice double kill picking up again. Just leap away. Completely the same. One rock kill picks up by Kha'Zix. My tongue cannot go fast enough. What in the world is going on? Just like that, another ace. Only one person going down, Xiao Xiaofeng, because he was a little bit too much in the face of the enemies. But with that, looks like Golis will be able to pick up this tower and possibly the inhibitor.
I have to say though, it was actually the mistake of Toys. He was going a bit too strong, I would have to say. He went off to the side to try and catch off Vayne or even Rumble, whoever was on the side, because they managed to push them away from the tower. And then he went over the side of this area where you can see this wall is being planted. He tried to catch someone off guard, but instead Vayne was there waiting for him and
Vayne was
him down
just
so
there.
quickly. And almost managed to get away. But no, Kha'Zix came in with the voice spikes.
Almost,
and then
not enough.
Yes, Vayne came in with the Tumble and last hit. It was a critical strike, even though the barrier came out from the dark passage of Dinter, it just wasn't enough to keep him alive.
I mean, what people are saying about, while KLH has been fake, they're doing a good job. True, they are doing a good job. But I think the other factor here is also that Taipei Assassins aren't exactly playing their usual, amazing dominance style, which is a little bit weird, as well as their lineup is a little bit wonky, to be honest. So, as much as we want to say that Taipei Assassins is not performing, up to your usual standard, that is no excuse, because these are both professional teams. Every game that you go, you don't underestimate your enemy, you play to your best abilities, and a loss is a loss. And a victory is a victory. So there you go.
Yes, no matter what you say in this game, a victory is a victory. If you throw it away, you lost the game. That's all can be said. And whoever wins is the victor, and they can say whatever they want. So here we will see the Destiners go to XSF. He will be caught off guard by the overall composition of the stars, but Bebe will use the Zoyas in the end. They will try to catch him off, and yes, there was a critical on XSF, and here Ben Horowitz just chunked down as well. Dinter escapes with the Sword of
Goal is
Health.
going to go down to this. Goal is going to leap away. So very careful right there. That was a little bit too ballsy, a little bit too aggressive. They should take a beat, they should take a step back. Xiao Xiaofeng now the second time away already losing. I mean, in terms of deaths here, so not so good. He did not use his goals there as well. He needs to be a little bit more safe, a little bit more precautious.
Yes, especially since they went there for a 3-man invade, just want to steal the buff away, and in the end it didn't go off. And here we see Toys.
Looks like Toys going to go down to this. He will not be able to escape. He's going to accept his fate. But who will get the kill? Oh, Tatum gets it. I thought he would be like one final ice ball for Wallens. But no, Wallens being a very good support, making sure the carries and the top laners do get the kills out there. Nice, good job done there. And just like that, we have a 7.5k goal lead at the 37-minute mark. Very, very nice lead ahead. We have almost complete map control coming up from Kuala Lumpur Hunters as well.
Yes, but once again, I have to say, Toys, lately in his games as he played, he's just like charging in.
Oh my god, Wallace, what are you doing? You're within tower range, going in from the back. My.
I think he did not expect to get spotted out, and he got chunked down quite a bit. He had to jump away from the start.
Thank god he has a bloodthirster.
Yep. Easily he's just going to regen from that. So here we will see Vayne once again split pushing away from his team. Or the
Vayne, the next ultimate split pusher, who cares about Shen? We have Vayne with Ghost and, with the boots of distortion, it's okay. But then we have Vayne now joining up with the team. Tatum once is still low and still taking a few tower hits here and there. Oh, look at how fast the tower is going down. And then we got Starcy actually going to engage on the other end here. Red Hot Race is taking a lot of damage. Equalizer does get thrown down, and he will go down finally in the end. Slicing Maelstrom does get used, and Xiao Xiaofeng once again was isolated. Tatum once now going down. Taipei Assassins making a huge comeback here. This is the third time of the engage that they did manage to get out Vayne. keeping in mind here that as the later the games go, Vayne is getting stronger, but they are shutting her down, which is not, going great at all for Kuala Lumpur Hunters. They still are ahead by a little bit, but it's not enough yet.
But this time though, I'll have to say that Golden's actually stepped on the Yoda snap trap before moving into position. When it was a great initiate by Red Hot Race to knock out Caitlyn, but Kha'Zix actually stepped on the trap and he couldn't jump in to burst Caitlyn down. That was the fun part of the team fight that happened down the bottom lane. And here we will see.
Okay, I have to cut you off here. I really want to ask the chat, because the chat has been participating in this. This game is going insane back and forth. We are seeing here that Taipei Assassins is doing Baron. Honestly, you guys out there, who do you think is going to win? Let us know. Like, I don't know who's going to win. Just like that. Oh, okay. So they do secure the Dragon. Sorry, the Baron out there. So Taipei Assassins are back in a commanding lead. However, it is far from over. The next team fight or the next two team fights could still determine what's going to happen. I want to know, you guys, who do you think is going to win, because I can't make up my mind. I really cannot.
But from here we will see though that in the overall team fights, KLH has decided to separate out quite a bit just because they have the advantage. They want Kha'Zix to try to chunk down the squishies from the back line, but at the same time they leave Vayne to be chunked down by Bebe. He doesn't have barrier, he doesn't have cleanse, so once the stun lands onto him, Bebe is just going to secure the kill together and just needs another random champion like Sasuke.
Yep.
Sasuke safeguards in, just use the Dragon Kick or with the Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike will just chunk him down so quickly, just everybody down. So here, I will see though, so far the war of wards is very weird coming from Azubu TPA. I've not seen a single Oracle being bought.
I mean, it's been quite a while since anybody has bought an Oracle.
No, but I mean, for about 10 minutes of the game at least, 10 to 15 minutes I believe, Wallace was holding an Oracles. Like he kept buying it and he's still holding another one, just waiting for them to actually push before use it or see a warp in front of his face.
Because Kuala Lumpur Hunters has Kha'Zix and we don't see an Oracle just there yet. We are going to see most likely an engage happen here. The goal has gone so low already, less than half health. Looks like the engage is going to go on. Sasuke going to move in here, but the disengage comes out very, very quickly in the end. Nitro has been popped up there, but everybody on the Kuala Lumpur Hunters is quite low on top of this. Sasuke is going to still go in on this. Yes, he is back going to go on to the danger once. While he's now going to die, he's probably Red Hot Race are zoning out completely. Xiaoxiaofeng is still alive when Red Hot Race the first one to go down. The full challenge, but Baby is going to go down to this. Twice looks like he's going to go down to this, though he does survive. Golan's picking up the kill in the end, and he will go in. He will go in. That is an ace for 3 people out there. There are all about 50 seconds left to go. Looks like they will be shoving it over to the end. This could be it. This could be the end of the game.
Yes, I very well have to agree with you on that. This just could be it. With Xiaoxiaofeng, with the attack speed as well as the damage, they will be able to chunk down everything very quickly. They just need to wait for the minion waves to come in. If they do not take down the Nexus, they can still go for the inhibitor, but they're just going to go for it.
Attack the turret up. They don't give a damn at this point in time. Golans and Xiaoxiaofeng, I need to catch my breath here, not get tongue-tied. The GTs are being called out here already. They will not be able to do this. Kuala Lumpur Hunters is the winner of this.
Yes, and just like that, we will see Kuala Lumpur Hunters pick up a win against the Taipei Assassins.
Taipei Assassins, with this, has only gotten 1 win and 4 losses, if I'm not mistaken.
No, so far their score would be 4 wins and 4 losses. Wait.
Taipei Assassins? I thought they only won 1. I don't know about that. This is amazing. Well, at least for the summer season, this is the first win for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters against the Taipei Assassins, which is a big thing.
Which is a big thing. But before we move on to the score screen, let's just take a look actually at the rankings as you mentioned.
Yeah.
So can we quickly get the rankings up? Or we actually can't show the score screen because there's a problem with the client.
What's the problem with the client? We can't show you the score screen, but it's okay. In terms of rankings, Taipei Assassins have won 5 games out of 8. And so this time around, it'll be 5 out of 9.
So
there we go.
There we go. So there you guys can see it. So HQ Esports Cup still holding the first place. We could see in the first game just now. Second place is still Singapore Sentinels. They'll not be playing
and
today.
Just like that, the Saigon Jokers and Kuala Lumpur Hunters are tied now.
And that has always been the case, actually.
So great job here.